Greetings everyone. The topic for today is related to Precis writing, and we'll be discussing Precis writing in detail and how to do it and what should be included in Precis writing. So before initiating with our lesson, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe it to get more updates related to the lesson which I'll be uploading. So moving ahead with the Precis writing, a Precis is the gist of the passage expressed in a few words as possible. A precis should give all essential points so that anyone reading it will be able to understand the idea expressed in the original text. So keep it in mind that you should include only the essential details and it should express the idea of the original passage. Also note that the precis writing is different from paraphrasing. In a paraphrase, you should give all the details. You should not leave out any detail. A paraphrase will be at least as long and sometimes longer than the original text or original piece of information. A precis, on the other hand, must always be shorter than the original text. It should express only the main theme, that too as briefly as possible. So there are no rigid rules regarding the length of the precis, but as a general rule, it should not contain more than a third of the total number of the words in the original piece, or the precis length can be one third of the original text. So discussed below are few of the features which shall help you to write a good precis. First, we'll discuss about the length of the precis. Do not write a lengthy precis. In most cases, the number of the words must be almost one third of the word count of the passage or comprehension text. So it should be convenient to read. The second point is that make sure that the precis you write does not have too complex a vocabulary or is used too complicated to understand. The third thing is it should cover all the essential points. While writing the passage, make a note of the important points and ensure that no point is skipped. The next point is that it must be coherent. So the important terms with the respect to the passage must be included in the precis as well, and use an appropriate title. The precis needs to have a title, so the candidates must ensure that the title is in sync with the comprehension. So details in precis must match the details in the passage. No other information apart from the one given in the passage must be included in the precis, and all the important information mentioned in the passage must certainly be included. There are some do's for the precis writing, and we'll be discussing all of them one by one. So begin with the basic idea of the passage to make the precis convenient to read. Give a clear idea pertaining to what the reader is about to read. While reading the passage, make a note of all the important points and include them in the precis. You can underline the important details of the passage, so it will help you out and you can write it later on in your precis. Follow the main idea of the passage with the facts, opinion, or you can say the facts, points of the improvement, the methods, etc. is mentioned in the comprehension or in the text or in the passage. Include all the important keywords and terms which are used in the passage. Keep a track of the tenses you use, and data related to the history events of the past must be described in the past tense only. So keep it in mind in which tense you are writing your precis, and your tense should be in similar with the tense of the text. So there must be a relation between the data you're writing in the precis. It should have some common links as well. There are some points which you should keep it in mind, which will include it in the don'ts of the precis writing. So the length of the precis must be shorter than the original length of the passage. Do not overcomplicate the precis and use easy vocabulary. Do not make assumptions or add information in the precis as per your own imagination. Do not give your opinion or criticism over the comprehension. Avoid using abbreviation. Don't focus on any one point for very long. Keep the information as precise as possible and do not express your own opinion, wish, remark, or criticism. You should avoid all these things. So do not insert any question in your precis. Its significance, if essential, may be expressed by a statement. So rhetorical, avoid using the rhetorical questions. So do not use abbreviations or contractions because it is a formal writing. Do not be shaky. This suggests that the most probably you have not understand the sense of the passage probably, or you have not understand this sense of the passage in a proper manner. We have a comprehension passage over here. As you can see, I'll be reading the passage and you can get the idea that how we have written our précis towards the end of the lesson. So everybody knows what a good man means and how he should be. Our definition of a good man is the one who does not smoke or drink or avoids the usage of bad language. A good man is ideally expected to converse in front of men as he would in front of a woman. He is also expected to attend the church regularly and have correct opinions on all subjects. He has a wholesome horror of wrongdoings and realizes that it is our painful duty to reprimand sin. He is not anticipated to have wrong thinkings and has the authority to protect the young. His duties are not just restricted to the professional front, but also needs to spend quality time doing good deeds. He must be patriotic and a keen believer of military training. He should promote industry. He must be sober and have virtue among wage earners and the children. He must be a role model for all, and it is expected that he leads a way which the younger generation would willingly follow. Above all, of course, his morals, in the narrowest sense, must be admirable. So here is the précis writing. The title can be attributes of a good man, and in your précis you can add up all these points which are mentioned over here, that the characteristic of a good man are known, and he is expected to be religiously profound, must not smoke, drink, or use bad language. His behavior must be the same for all the genders. Instead of writing man, women, you can use the word gender, and he is expected to be a role model for the young ones. He must know his duties and avoid taking up the path of sin. He must be good not only in the professional space but also help people in need. He must be someone who can be admired and is praiseworthy. So instead of all those good characteristics which I have mentioned early in the previous slide, you are using praiseworthy or admired word in order to avoid writing so many nouns or adjectives. So here are features of a good précis and we'll be discussing them. A good précis is marked by clarity, brevity, and precision. A good précis is not just lifting of the sentences from the original text, it should also be written in the precise writer's own words. So you can use the idea in your own words. So it is a miniature version of the original passage and it must have a logical order and be well knit and well connected. So there should be coherence and cohesion in your précis writing. So it must have coherence and must use linking devices such as so, therefore, and because, further, etc. So it will give you a good impact in your writing, and you must follow the order of the ideas of the original extract. So keep it in mind that the chronological order of the ideas or events which is there in the passage, you should write it in the same chronological order. So précis must have a title, which is very important. You should select a good title for your précis writing. And a précis is written in reported speech. And your précis must not contain any details and not found in the original text. So you should not include your opinion. And for reported and direct speech and reported speech, I have a lesson uploaded in my playlist. You can go and check it, the difference between a direct speech and the reported or indirect speech with the examples. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe it to get more updates related to IELTS, PTE, English grammar, and English language lessons. Thank you.